Hello and welcome to, of course, the ever-popular Jaguar XJ. Straight out of our Prestige collection comes a 2016 shape, so of course a much newer generation XJ in portfolio trim with, to match that popular portfolio trim, the most sought-after engine as well for one of these, by far, the 3-litre V6 diesel, of course. We'll return to that engine in a second because it is a very impressive bit of kit when it comes to combining in particular power and economy as well. In the case of this particular car though, finished of course in Italian racing red with that lovely ivory leather interior, as you can tell, stunning colour combination, perhaps one of the best in fact for this car. For under £19,000 you have the huge advantage of not only being one of the much newer examples even within this particular XJ lineage, but also having much lower mileage than most on the market, even compared to other 2016 examples. In fact, this car has covered only 55,000 miles, which is 4,000 less than a 2016 model on average on the market. And of course, to go back to that engine, the 3-litre V6 gives you the best of both worlds when it comes to a flagship luxury Jaguar, which of course is exactly what the XJ is, especially in portfolio trim, because on the one hand you have 300 horsepower, so even more than the earlier XJs in the same facelift generation, 516 foot-pounds of torque, which is a massive amount of pulling power. It really is the definition of effortless performance. It wafts you along Bentley style. Unlike a Bentley though, these can average up to 48 miles to the gallon, and of course on a motorway run, which really is where an XJ comes into its own, slap on the cruise control and just eat up the miles in absolute comfort, as high as 54 to the gallon. So of course superb fuel range, and because of the efficiency of its engine, even the yearly road tax is the cherry on the cake at £255 a year. And for those who don't know, tax brackets on many petrol and diesel cars, newer and older, are becoming insanely high in some cases. Over £700 a year is not uncommon these days, so £255 in comparison, especially for this level of car, well, it's astonishing value, especially given that this vehicle was well over double that when new, in fact probably closer to 3 times the price given the spec sheet of this portfolio. And of course that is exactly what we'll get into now, because you have that panoramic roof, heated, cooling and massage seats. Incidentally, it's only a single owner car from brand new, supplied originally and serviced ever since by Roger Young Jaguar. In fact, it was most recently serviced barely 3,000 miles ago. But in addition again to that panoramic roof and those heated, cooling and massage seats, it also of course has that touchscreen display, beautiful soft grain quilted leather seats, of course that wood trimmed and, as mentioned, heated steering wheel, 4-zone climate control for all passengers, Bluetooth, auxiliary and USB connectivity, of course inbuilt sat-nav as well, Meridian sound system, parking sensors front and rear, of course a reverse camera as well, naturally cruise control, perfect for those longer journeys, of course the power opening and closing boot, and even self-leveling suspension. So in other words, for again under £19,000 you have a car with the kind of road presence, certainly the kind of ride quality and the stunning interior design and spec which you would honestly expect from something more like a Bentley, but for a fraction of the cost, and more importantly for far better prices when it comes to living with the car, certainly fueling the car, and absolutely taxing the car as well. So of course, if you are looking for one of these XJs and would like to join the many people who have loved one of these from our collection at this point, then of course you could get in touch regarding this portfolio via the email address shown right here on screen, or you could give us a call on 01749 871 155, or of course on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.